In this video, I'm going to show you how to build that nice playroom, maybe an office or a workout room. You'll be surprised how much you can get done on a low budget. Together, we can do this step by step. Hi everybody, my name is Bill. I've been in the building and home improvement business for over 50 years. So many people did not get that basement done because they were just too overwhelmed with that project. So step number one is to get organized, okay? We need to create space. We need to know how much space that we have that we can work with, okay? So the first thing we have to do is go through all of our stuff that we have in the basement and make sure you really need everything that you are keeping. I would suggest creating 3 piles because it always ends up that you have a lot of stuff that's just going to go to the dump. And then you have stuff you'd like to donate. It's too good to throw away. And then you have stuff you could maybe sell on Marketplace and make a few extra bucks. So that's the number one thing, is to create that space so we know what we're working with for space, and then we can create our design. Once we do that, we can come up with a plan as to where you're going to put your storage closet, your shelving, so you have that nice storage area. Okay, so that's step 2. We have to know how much we can, how much space we have, and then we can create that design and create our storage areas. So now that you have your storage space requirements, you know how much you need, let's decide on the best places to put those storage areas. We want to do it in such a way that we don't waste our nice usable space. We want to keep it in the utility room area, maybe under stairs, and so on. So the customer decided where they'd like to have some of their shelving for their storage. We're going to build a closet here. I built the shelves first before the partition to make it a little bit easier. But before I did that, I wanted to get the walls and the floor, since they're concrete, I wanted to put some dry lock on them. It's like a dampness. It helps with dampness and waterproofing. It doesn't really waterproof, but it helps a lot with dampness. You can get this. I got this at Home Depot. I don't know if you have one where you are, but one of your stores will have it. That's a good. It comes. You can get it shaded in any color you want. And also for the floor, same thing. So I did that before I built the shelves. That way we don't have to deal with that later. Okay. So this is 2x4s, 1/2 inch OSB. Okay. And you can see how I did it. Always use pressure treated on the ground where you're touching concrete. Okay, so when it's securing the bottom shelf to concrete floor, in this case, what I like to do is I nail a block into the floor. Okay, and then I secure the bottom shelf into that block. Okay, it allows me to keep up. I got like about a. I'll show you. I like to have a little, you can see that, a little space under the 2x to allow, just in case you do get a flood or you get some water down in here, it'll be able to seep out. It's not trapped inside that shelf, okay? I use a ramp set myself for doing that. This is a small one. They have bigger ones, better ones, but this is a good size. I used to have the bigger one that has a trigger on it and you can actually shoot it. This one, if you can see, you get this for like $60, $70 at the store. It's got this nail. Okay, the different lengths nails. You can get whatever you want depending on your project. You just put it in like that. Okay. All right. And then you get these shots. Okay, a little box of shots, like a little shell. Okay. That goes in this little hole right here. You see a little hole? This little shell goes in that hole. Okay? And then you would close it. Okay? Then you come over here and you take, I like to use a 2-pound sledge, and you smack that down and it fires that nail into the cement, through the block into the cement. Okay? That's a good way to do it. Works well. And then I can keep everything off the concrete. I'm not nailing right down flat on the concrete. I like to, like I said, I like to let a little bit of water seep under there if it happens to flood, or you never know in a basement. We hope it doesn't, but it can. And so that's the way I do that. Okay, and again, pressure treated on the first shelf because you're real close or touching the cement. Okay. All right. So just a few things I wanted to go over. I use Dry Plus. That's what Bear makes at Home Depot. For the walls and the floor. There's also Dry Lock. That's made by a different company. Pretty much the same. Pretty much the same. Also, a thing I wanted to point out was keep in mind what you're putting on your shelves. The customer here is going to use a lot of containers. So these had an 18-inch space here, so they have room to get their containers in and out. Okay, just some things you want to keep in mind. My next video, next time coming back here, I'm going to be working on their stairs. I'll show you then. They have numerous issues with their stairs coming down to the basement. So we'll take care of that then. And that's going to be the next step here. And then I'll also be building the partition. We're going to be in a closet. I'm going to be building that, and I'll perhaps have the video going the whole time when I'm working on that, so you can see exactly what I'm doing. All right, until next time, take care.